All right, Diesel Core, here we go. Chapter 2 of 12 of 2022. That feels like a tongue twister. Guys, here we are. What a kickoff to the new year it has been. We had a fantastic January. I was talking to my girl Janice, and I'm like, baby, we are back. Everyone is so fired up. We have so much happening, and this is what it's about, man. I just get so excited with new beginnings, clean slates. Whatever happened in 2021, whether it was good, whether it was bad, whether you hit your goal, whether you missed your goal, whether you elevated your game, or with whether you decided now to go all in, right, and make this year yours. I feel it from you guys. You need to know that. I feel it from you, and I'm excited. And I know that this is going to be the start of something really amazing coming this year. Like, I know the coaches we are walking into the year, we are not going to be the same team walking out. And that's powerful to know. I'm really excited because we have a lot of new faces on this call. So, all of our new coaches, welcome to our team calls. If this is your very first one, we're know that. Oh, well, first and foremost, make sure you mute yourself because if not, everyone can hear all the background noise. Let me go ahead and, yeah. Thanks, Emily. Welcome to our team calls. These happen once a month, okay? So usually it's going to be every first Tuesday of the month will be the Diesel Core call, but we had to kind of shift things around this month because the first literally landed on the first of the month, and it was like too rapid of a call to come into the new month. And then second, we had to kind of shift things from a Tuesday to a Wednesday to accommodate our guest speaker tonight, which I'm really excited for you guys to hear from our girl, Michi. She comes from Diesel Core. She's the diamond leader on our team. And well, I don't want to give it all away, but hearing her speak this weekend, I was like, Mich, you got to bring this to the team. So tonight she's going to be sharing lots of good stuff with you guys. We kick off these calls with recognition. So let's go ahead and kick it off with Success Club. You guys know that Success Club is the building block of this business. If you're new to the team, if you're new to the business, you're going to hear this thrown around a lot because Success Club equals the amount of people we're helping, right? Success Club equals the brick by brick that we build this business. Success Club equals the lives that we are impacting through this business, right? So I want to go ahead and shout out our top earner for January, Angie Ramos with 26 points. Next up, my sister Veronica coming in with 20, which is 10 lives. Monica Lopez at 18, Dixie Andrade at 14, and Jackie Worley at 10. And then in Success Club 5, which equates to 3 or more people that were helped in January, we have Jamie LaCourte, which I actually got a shout out. Jamie LaCourte is married to Allison LaCourte, right? That is the husband of Allison LaCourte. And she is on this mission, guys. She is in the Diamond Dash push group, pushing Jamie's business center to rank advance to 1 star. And we just got to add up 8 plus 6. That's in reality what Allison has done in her business, kicking off the new year. So congratulations to you, Allison, and I can't wait to celebrate you on your 1-star diamond qualification, which we know is coming up soon. We also got Donna Paniagua at 8. I said Allison already. Mitidieri, Ana Hernandez, Lisandra Silvestri, Jasmine Pacheco, Yanni Diaz, Monica Fajardo, Gina Johnson, Sue Lepre, Reina Real, Amy Albarello, Luis Albarello, so that's another one there, Amy, Lou. They're making big moves in their business, and you guys will hear all about it tomorrow. Team Driven is on fuego. Están super caliente. I'm so excited for you guys. Mireya Triana, which is also part of Team Driven. We're going to be hearing lots about her tomorrow. Christy I always mess it up. Hope I did it right this time. Miani Eskenazi, Lisi Carlini, Abby Weiss. I'm so excited for Abby. This is her very first time on the board, along with my girl Jen Soko. I call her Jen Soko, but it's Sokolov. Congratulations to you two ladies for blessing our board for the very first time. Lorianne Domingos too. Lorianne all the way from Canada. I see you smirking, girl. I see you smile. Very first time on our board as well, and I'm so, so, so proud of you. And Stacy Hernandez. And then, of course, we've got all of our coaches who helped at least 1 or 2 people in their business. And we count those, right? We count those because those are still lives that are being changed. So congratulations to Coral, Lacole, Claire, Gisela, Sarah, Gina, Ethel, Tabitha, Sarah, Mary, Amy Figs, Vilma, Vianeth, Jacqueline, Janet, Angelica, Mary, Yadira, Lizette, Alyssa, Rosemary, Dulce. Ooh, Dulce is actually Amy's mom. Maite, Mireya, Eva, Joanna, Annie, Christiane, and Ira, which is also married to Abby. So congratulations to all of you guys. I'm just so proud of this board. When it was done and Janice handed it over to me, I'm like, what? Mind blown. We have kicked off 2022 in a very big way. We also like to celebrate our Success Club stars. These are the coaches that have hit Success Club consecutively month to month, right? And I think this is a really important recognition because these are the coaches who have set a certain standard for themselves. They've set that non-negotiable goal in their business that they're going to get out there and at the very, very least, help 3 people each month. And the reason why this is an important goal to have is because, well, of course, we're out there helping people, right? And doing it consistently. But when I put my business hat on, right? And by the way, I didn't create Success Club. Beachbody created Success Club because when you put the coach hat, the business owner hat on, and you realize nobody wants to get out there and figure out how to recruit or sell to 100 people at one time to build a business, right? Like that just seems overwhelming, icky, and hard. But when you think about 3 people that you can bring in, 3 people a month, and that's 3 people that you could carry through the start of their very first challenge, right? Being in their very first challenge group, you can. Oh, got somebody unmuted. Make sure you mute yourselves. Yanni, I got you, girl. You can carry them through a challenge, right? You could really get them set up with their nutrition, get them set up with BOD, get them set up with on the No Snooze crew, introduce them to the team, maybe set them up with personal development, like that. I remember coming into the business and saying 3 people a month, 3 new people. I can wrap my brain around that. But then think about how that compounds month to month, right? You bring in 3 new people, then next month, those same people have their reoccurring Shakeology coming in, right? Because they're obviously this always happens in a perfect world, but this is what can come to life is when you have that well-oiled machine of people thriving in your challenge group, re-upping their Shakeology or their Energize or their Recover or their Collagen or their Hydrate. And then you have 3 new people coming in the following month, and you see how that starts to compound. And then the following month, 3 more, and that starts to compound. And here's what happens, guys. This is what builds a business that's solid, with a solid foundation, month to month. And why is it solid? Because you're able to dig in and really help these people. Now, as you get better and better at this, right? That's where you start to see the Success Club numbers rise. You just saw our leaderboard. What happens is that you start to create systems where you can serve people. Maybe you've got a well-oiled machine of a document that helps people get started with nutrition. Maybe your challenge groups are already set up ahead of time and you know exactly where to plug people in and where to show up and help them out. Maybe you've got a WhatsApp chat that you put everybody in and that keeps everybody going and keeps everyone motivated and that direct line to you. Whatever your system is, that's what creates a coach now upping their game from 3 people a month to maybe 5, from 5 people maybe to 10, and so on and so forth. But these coaches here understood the assignment. They understood the assignment of building a business that has a strong foundation. And so I want to celebrate. Oh, guys, this is so exciting. This month is going to be 100 months of Success Club for myself. And I always tell that it's funny now. It wasn't funny then. But my first year trying to shoot for the title of All-Star, which is you earn that title when you hit 12 consecutive months in Success Club. My very first year shooting for that accolade and that title, I was on month 11, I believe it was. And it was I know it was in October. It was in October, and I fell from Success Club on the 11th freaking month. Octobers are always my freaking demise. And I always look at my number, my consecutive number count, and I add 11 to it. And I never forget that pain, right? Like I remember, and the reason why it's painful is because I also knew internally that I didn't give it my all. I threw in the towel way too soon that month because I just felt frustrated. I was in a bad mental space. I had just told myself all the stories on why it was just not going to happen. I also told myself limiting beliefs that it wasn't worth it. right? I think a lot of us do that a lot of time. When it gets hard, you start to tell yourself, you know what? It's not even worth it. Do I even need to be doing this? And I let all those demons take over. And I lost Success Club on that 11th month. And every time I see my record, I add 11 to it. But that's okay, because it taught me a valuable lesson. I realized at that precise moment that I had made a commitment to myself and my business and the people out there waiting for me to help them. And here we are 100 months later. And raise your hand if you're here, because I didn't stop, right? It's almost everyone, because I obviously am the up line of the entire team. So think about that. Think about that for yourself. If you maybe tripped up, if maybe you had an amazing record and something happened, something tripped you up, brush it off, get back up, and get to work. Because you have people out there waiting for you. And you learn the lesson and you take it in. You want to know when it's a real loss? When there was no lesson learned. I wouldn't take it back. I really wouldn't take it back, because I learned so much from it. So take that story and run with it. But I also want to celebrate Sue, who is 74 months consecutive in Success Club. My sister at 73. Whoop, whoop. Dixie Andrade at 62. Jackie, 27. Donna at 26. Amy Albarello, she just earned her title of Success Club All-Star Legend. So you get the legend title when you hit 24. We celebrated that last month. So congratulations to you, Amy Albarello. And Monica Fajardo, she's coming in choo-chooing at her 3rd consecutive month of Success Club. If I happen to have missed you and you have more than one consecutive month, shoot me a message, because unfortunately, this is the one report that I cannot run through my back office to see the entire team. I can see my personally sponsored coaches, but I can't see our entire team. So if this is you, and we kind of try to go off the Success Club boards and we try to match it up, but if I missed you, let me know. Let me know, because I want to slap you up. As long as you got 2 consecutive months to date, your face goes up on this recognition board. All right? All right, guys, I'd like to see who's on there next. Drop it in the chat if you're claiming a spot on this board. All right. We also are going to celebrate our Success Starter Month 3 qualifier. Please blow up the chat for our girl, Lisi Carlini. Let me tell you a story about Lisi Carlini. She came into the business guns blazing. She knew what she wanted. She was ready. She was coachable. In less than, I would say it was probably no more than 2 months, she came into the business, achieved diamond, hit Success Club for the first 2 months. Yeah, it had to be the diamond in less than 2 months, because she hit Success Club month 1 and month 2. And then it got a little hard, right? As it often does. It got a little hard. But my girl Lisi, man, she head down, bulldozed through the hard. She may have not had that 3rd month consecutive of Success Starter, but January was the last possible month for her to earn this title. And she looked at me and she says, Monica, I am going to do this. I will be at Summit. I will be at our spring retreat. I will be a Success Starter. I am not going to let this pass me by. And here she is. And that right there. And we had so many great conversations. I would tell her the whole way through, Lisi, what you're going through right now, it's necessary. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you. The lessons you're learning in this, you're literally being chiseled into who you need to be for that next level, right? For that next level, tapping into your cold market, creating new relationships, talking to new people, digging deeper into your own personal journey, right? With your fitness and nutrition. I kind of challenged her now with our health bet. I'm like, Lisi, now here's what we're going to do. We're going to act like the health bet is your job to crush it, buy the book, all the things. And so she needed to go through that to be where she's at right now, which is a mind that's unstoppable and forging forward. So please, guys, celebrate Lisi for me in the chat, because she deserves it big time. Now, on track to hit Success Starter, we have Jen Succo with month 1. Jen's like, what does that mean? Remember when we said you hit Success Club? You did the damn thing. That's month 1. Your goal is to hit 2 more months, and you'll be exactly where Lisi is right now, earning your spot into, a couple things. You get your Coach Summit ticket, right? You get, when you hit month 4, so the first 3 months will get your Coach Summit ticket. Now they changed it to, if you hit the 4th month, You also get a spot in the next test group that's about to come up. And you are also in contention to be at our spring retreat as well, which we have talked about various times. Jen and I are already talking about all the reels that we're going to do while we are together at the spring retreat. Like, it's going to be amazing. So, Jen, way to go. Month 1 in the books. And we also have our girl, Angie Ramos, month 1 success starter as well. Angie is sponsored by Dixie. So Angie was actually a part of our team years back. And man, I got a message from Dixie saying, you're never going to believe who reached out to me, who's signing back up, and who is all in. I was like, who? Angie. And Angie just said, listen, this is it. I've been thinking about this. Beachbody's been pulling me back. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to get back in shape, feel better. I felt great when I was doing it, and I'm ready to go all in. And girlfriend was not kidding. Month 1 success started not only, but she was our top earning Success Club earner, but you're going to hear in a quick second what she also achieved in her very first month back. Congratulations, Angie. All right. Now, I did want to highlight our 2 girls who, because they were success starters in 2021, remember how I told you earn a spot in the next test group, right? Well, Gisela and Annie were both coaches that in 2021 hit Success Club month 1, 2, and 3 in their business, earned their title success starter, and now today, as we speak, they're in a group, basically being coached one-on-one directly by Autumn, along with other elite coaches, through the 4-week gut protocol and 4 weeks for everybody that is launching at the end of March. See, this is what it's all about. So super excited, cheering our girls on. I know that I'm firsthand can tell you, when you stick to this program to a T, oh my gosh, it is life-changing. You're just gonna see, I feel like you go from life black and white color, right? And I think I felt that way also, by the way, because I've been around for 11 years. I felt that way a lot with the reset. My only complaint with the reset was always that, man, but I don't want to stop working out. Like, I love working out. And doing the ultimate reset always forced you not to work out. Well, this is really great because I feel, and I can't give too much away, but I feel like this is a happy medium where you're going to feel as euphoric and amazing. And you're going to learn so much about your body. And you're going to learn so much about food and reading labels, like all the things. You're going to get to do these workouts that are going to change the game with the ball. I got a message the other day from Annie, or actually when we were working out here, she's like, I've never shaked so much during a workout. Like, it's crazy how my muscles are shaking as we're doing these workouts. It's going to be a game changer, and this is going to be our next launch, and it's super exciting, and I'm so happy that these girls got to be part of this test group because, hey, just like Emily Favre, one program that you stick to, and we obviously all have this opportunity, but Emily Favre was a coach with 80-Day Obsession, another one of Autumn's programs. She was in a test group just like this. She was a diamond coach, and with the work she did in that test group, together with the launching of the program, she just like went all in on it. She ended that year as a 15-star diamond coach. 15-star diamond, superstar diamond in 1 calendar year. So this is for the taking for all of us, but we're super proud of our girls, Gisela and Annie, who are forging through right now on week 2 of their test group. All right. Oh my gosh, this computer is going so slow. All right, let's talk some rank advancements. So here's my girl, Jen Soko, back up. Emerald, she achieved the very first rank advancement of Emerald. She not only sponsored 2 coaches to rank advance to Emerald, but she actually sponsored 3. So she's got 3 preferred customers and coaches. And we had a really exciting call the other day, which, by the way, Jen Soko, you owe me a text back. We talked about her diamond plan. This is where we are headed next, and she knows exactly what it takes. So watch out, world. Here she comes. We're also celebrating Lacole Holloman, who also advanced to Emerald, and Jasmine Pacheco advanced to Emerald. So these ladies joined Angie Ramos, and super exciting because, listen, it's a team effort, right? And Angie looked at them and said, guys, this is where we're going. This is what we're doing. Are you in? And these ladies were all in. And it's so exciting to have them a part of our team now, forging forward in their business, also already talking about their diamond plan and what's next for them. And with that, we also celebrate Angie. Angie advances to diamond in her very first month back. Can we blow up the chat and congratulate our girl Angie? Super exciting. I know Dixie's so proud, and I'm the grandma, right? I am the great grandma because Angie is sponsored by Dixie. Dixie's sponsored by Anna Hernandez, and I am Anna Hernandez's coach. So it's the great grandmother. There you go. I am the great grandmother. But either way, super proud and excited to see what's to come in month 2. And with that, we also celebrate our girl Dix, who goes into 2-star diamond qualification. Blow up the chat. Guys, you know we keep it real on our team, right? We talk about all the time. Diamond, hold on, I got somebody unmuted. Diamond is the highest possible rank that you can achieve yourself, right? But in order to get to 1-star diamond, 2-star diamond, 15-star diamond, you need a team, right? Now, diamond does not mean, and we talk about this, and we're very upfront with this when we go into any of our business push groups or when we do any mentorship one-on-one calls or any of that. Diamond is not where all of a sudden you're going to hit that rank and the cash is flowing in, right? The income is rising. Ask Angie, right? You're going to hit lots of commission-based business. You're going to start to see residuals start to take some shape. But where the real magic happens is 2-star diamond. This is where we see a big income jump, right? Now let's talk about why that is. I need you guys to I want all of us to understand why. That's because 2 major things happen. Well, 3 if you count the fact that literally you have 2 diamonds now underneath you, right, that you have sponsored, and that starts to create more residual income because the volume increases. But more than that, number 1, you are in contention for your very first quarterly bonus. As long as you qualify the 6-week period you hold for 2-star diamond, you achieve your very first, and you earn your very first quarterly bonus. And that's a big deal. And then 2, this one makes me like super excited. 2 is that you get to open up a second business center. What does this mean? Let's pretend like we had a Starbucks right now, right? Dixie had her first Starbucks. And her first Starbucks, she built it and went out there and did the damn thing, and her numbers are great, and she's achieved a certain level of her Starbucks. Starbucks looks at her and says, you know what, Dix? We're giving you another storefront. Now she gets to open up a second storefront. Well, that's exactly what a second business center is. And she gets to place that second business center underneath her first. This is where the instant income jump happens, because now all of Dixie's new business, all of her new challengers, preferred customers, coaches, everything that she starts to build as she builds out that second business center, she's going to place it in that second business center. And guess what happens to the volume? It trickles up to her first business center. So essentially with 1 order, 1 sign up, she is double dipping, even triple dipping when she puts that underneath her husband as well, right? Who's also in her organization. So it's a really big deal, because this is the exciting part of our compensation plan, where you get to, at this part, start to strategize and do things that are going to start to see that income jump. Right? Tell me that's not exciting, guys. Drop it in the chat. Like, does not sound exciting? If it sounds confusing to you right now, just know this is where you're going. And here's the thing with diamond, we talk about it all the time. You can't get to 2-star until you get to diamond. But that's why you want to get to diamond as soon as possible, right? Because that's what creates. Aaron Hopkins says this all the time. So many coaches out there are like, well, but I don't even have anybody that's working the business to advance to 1-star or 2-star. You want to know how you attract those business builders, how you attract, or even amongst your team that is already existing, where the light bulb goes off is when you lead the way. Because when you're a diamond, that's what gives your team permission to say, I can be a diamond too. Same thing with all those on the outside world looking into what you're doing. Diamond's a huge deal. When they see you celebrate as a diamond, what does that, equal? This girl's making moves in her business. This girl has a team. So these are all reasons why diamond as soon as possible is imperative. All right? And congratulations, Dix and Angie. We're so proud of you guys. Now crush that qualification. All right. And I wanted to shout out our two girls, one more piece of recognition, Jackie and Amy. So, in the beginning of the year, Christina, she came out guns blazing. She's like, Diesel Nation is going to have exponentially more elite coaches this year, and I'm going to work one-on-one with coaches who are ready to go down that path, right? Who are ready to make it happen. And there were very stringent qualifications put in place to be able to be part of this exclusive 5-star elite mentorship with not only Christina, by the way, but Moira Kusaba, who is coach number 2, top coach number 2 in the entire network. These ladies are going to be mentoring coaches who hit the qualification. And I'm so uber ridiculously proud of Jackie Worley and Amy Albarello, who both qualified into this mentorship group. Now, if you don't know what the qualifications are, look them up. They're on our team page, right? Or if anybody wants to drop them in the chat, you can qualify into this mentorship group anytime throughout the year, right? These girls fought for day one. They wanted day one. They wanted to get in front of Moira and Christina because they understand that elite doesn't start in July or August or September. Elite, preparation for elite starts now, and they wanted to be front and center with these ladies, working one-on-one with these ladies as of now. But if you see yourself inching closer, right? And I am looking at you, Mitidieri, and I am looking at you, Ana Hernandez, and I am looking at you, Donna Paniagua. I'm not even sure. Donna, I was actually texting you today to find out where we at. Are you into the mentorship group? But there's so many more of you guys as well out there. Hint, hint, Lauren Coleman, that you guys belong in this group. This is where we are going, right, Dixie? So we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done. And just know, whatever you're missing, one solid month in the business can change it all, can catapult you forward in a very big way. But again, check out our team page for the qualification stats for that. And yeah, there we go. Off we go. Okay. All right, Michi, you there?
I'm here.
Awesome. Okay, before I introduce Michi, I wanted to share one more story about my girl Jen Soko. So the reason why I want to share this story is because it is proof of how powerful mindset is, right? How powerful it is. You heard Jen Soko advance to Emerald in her first month of the business. You also heard her hit Success Club, Success Starter month 1. But what you don't know is that behind the scenes, mid-January, I randomly got a message from her saying, you know what, Monica, really sorry. Like, I think this month is going to be a wash for me. I think I just need to focus on myself first, get some results, and then get out there and talk to people. Because like right now, I just kind of feel like a fraud right now. Like, who am I? Who would do this with me? I don't even think my friends trust me anymore because I've started and stopped so many things so many times. Jen, that's right. I'm airing it out. But this is powerful stuff. They need to know this. Jen came at me with so many things. Not to mention she just bought a new home. She's moving. She cares for her elderly mom and her dad, like all the things. And I said, Jen, let's slow down for a second. And we sat down and we did some mindset work. And in the matter of what, I think it was like a 5-minute video I sent her, and she wrote back, she's like, heard. Like, I hear you. And from that moment, Jen turned it on and ended the month. Actually, it wasn't even a month. We were laughing about it the other day. In 1 week. It was 1 week where she got 3 people to sign up with her. Her confidence went through the roof. That's where she was doing job 1 and she turned it around, was excited about it. Homegirl's getting married in, I don't know, 60 something days. And she's already down. Well, last time we talked, she was down like almost 13 pounds, getting ready for wedding day and just working on herself. She's excited about something, all over a mindset shift. And so tonight I had to invite Michi because she actually had me over for a brunch and workout with her team. She told me, Monica, I've got some powerful girls that I've aligned with, and I'm so excited about my team this year, and I know we're going to, and I need you to meet them. I want you to meet them. And they were amazing. Like, they're so amazing. A lot of you guys are on the call today, and it was such a treat to meet you. But as I was listening to Michi speak to her team, I was just like, wow. Wow. Michi, you need to pay this forward to the team. So please help me welcome Mitidieri to our call.
Thank you, Monica. Do I have access to share my
Yeah,
screen?
so I'm gonna make you a host right now. So go ahead and
Okay.
hi everybody, introduce yourself, and I'll make you a host meanwhile. You there?
I'm there.
I'm going. Wait. Where's your name? Michi. Tell them a little bit more about yourself while I find your name. Sorry.
Okay. So let me just exit out of this. So hi guys. Thank you, Monica, so much for the introduction. I'm so excited to, be here today to be able to speak into about mindset, which I'm so passionate about. I've been a coach for 3 years now. And, my story of coming into Beachbody is very different than the usual story. I came in just looking for purpose to do the business, not really for the fitness part. Fitness has always been a part of me. So, once I saw the platform that Beachbody offered and the tool to be able to pay it forward and do some meaningful work around my passion that's not teaching, which is my other passion, I just ran with it. And the more I learned about Beachbody, the more I fell in love with what they stand for, especially personal development, which it's one of my dearest value because I've learned firsthand, how significant that is to be able to lean into personal development consistently. So fast forward to now. On Saturday, like Monica said, I hosted a new coach gathering, new coach, potential coach gathering. That's been a vision of mine for a while, but I never fully acted on it. And Stacy, please mute yourself. Thank
That's
you.
your bestie there. That's your bestie there.
That's my success partner. So long story short, 2 months ago, for the past 2 months, I've had a lot of new and potential coaches in my team that, started off as a challenger with kicking butt and decided to do this. And I said, what a wonderful opportunity to do something in my house. Now that this pandemic, we're not being so strict with, physical interaction, I said, let me just go ahead and do it. And so I reached out to Monica and I asked her to come over. And of course, she said yes. She was my surprise guest. And it was amazing. It was amazing. And one thing I learned from Saturday is that we need this so much, right? We need to be able to get together in person to connect, to have fun, to remember what it's like to have that interaction that's not the same behind screens. The stories that were shared, the struggles and how we overcame them, and just doing women stuff. Like, we like to get deep and be vulnerable and be able to air out everything. And I feel that in return, we heal from that, right? So it was very refreshing, very good. And I never thought that Monica was going to be like, well, you're going to speak on my team call. How would you feel if you were invited to my team call? And honestly, guys, I was excited, but very nervous. And one thing I've learned from, personal development and mindset is to lean into what scares me, because that's how I expand, right? That's how I build my leadership and my confidence. And being a Beachbody coach, we're here to serve. So I am very, I know that, I hope that this presentation is going to encourage you guys today. So the topic is mindset. And I'm not sure, Monica, why I can't share my screen.
Still, you can't. I made you a host. It didn't give you sharing
I
capabilities.
I had the same problem last time, and I'm not sure if it's my computer, but regardless, can I send you my?
Yeah.
It's through Canva.
Okay. Shoot it over to
Somehow,
me. And
yeah, I
I'll
think Yes, it would be so much better with the presentation, guys. If you could just bear with us. Thank you for your
Drop
patience.
the template in the chat and I'll shoot it over. I'll open it up right now.
Okay, drop. So to drop it in the chat, Monica, would I copy paste the link?
Yes.
What the heck?
Oh wait, I'm not a host anymore. You have to you have to mute Natalie's.
Mo, send me your email and I'm gonna send it to you really quickly. If not, I can totally do it without it, but I think it would be so much better to have that visual.
You go to the top,
presentation.
share, you hit share, and you send me the link.
Got it.
Drop me the link.
Doing that right now. All righty. It's going in the chat right now. All right, sent.
All right, opening it up. Now make me the host back.
Okay.
All right, here we
bear
go.
with me, Saya. Okay.
Can you see it?
Perfect. All right, awesome.
All right, there you go. Hit it.
All right. Okay, guys. So here are just some pictures on Saturday. As you can see, a little post selfie, post-workout selfie, and just us gathered together, talking, making conversation. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into mindsets. There we go. So I like to start off with the science on mindset, right? What research has to say about mindset. We've all heard so many times that mindset is important, that mindset is the foundation for success. So let's really hone in on this. And I like to start off with a question. You guys feel free to answer the question by unmuting yourself or dropping it on the chat. On average, how many thoughts do you think we have on a day, on a regular day? What do you think that number looks like, right? Does anybody want to share on average? How many thoughts do you think we have on an average day? So I see 150, 50, over 100. On 150 on a lazy day, 500. Okay, hundreds. Okay. So on an average, guys, we have 40,000 thoughts. That's, I mean, if you think about it, a thought could be as simple as like, oh, I'm hungry. Oh, did the baby wake up, right? We have about 40,000 thoughts in one day. And from that, what percentage do you think is negative? Out of those 40,000 thoughts that we on average have in a day, what percentage do you think is negative? More than half, okay. Majority guessing, half. Stacy, your answer don't count. All right, so yeah, Stacy got it. It's 80%, guys. That's like more than half. 80% of our thoughts are negative. And, you know, I was mind blown when I heard this statistic. But at the same time, it hit me in a way where it had me question, what do I do about it, right? What do I do about this? By default, we're wired to be negative. That is very sad to hear, but it's a very true, right? Our brain was created to help us stay safe, right? Help us survive. So it is no wonder our brain is by default negative. So the question is, what do we do about it? And the good news is that science has shown that our brain has something called neuroplasticity, which means it has the ability to change, to transform. We can literally reframe our brain, our thinking, by creating new, like the brain, they have proven through scans that you can create new pathways in the brain by simply training it. So I think this is great news because it goes to show that, it's adaptable. The brain is very adaptable. So when we think of mindset, we also want to think of our results in our life, right? Because it starts with our thoughts. If we know that we have that many thoughts and so many of them are negative, and we have a choice to do something, our results start with our thoughts. And I'm sure you guys have heard this, that your results are a reflection of your thoughts, right? Because your thoughts lead to how you feel lead to what you do, your actions, and then your action lead to your results. So with that being said, let's go to the next slide and look into, this is a question that I love to ask myself to figure out, am I on survival mode or thriving mode most of the time? Survival mode to me means that I'm just trying to get through life, right? And I'm barely making it. I'm frustrated, I'm overwhelmed most of the time. Thriving mode, you may still have some challenges, but you don't feel like you're drowning. And in life, I've learned that we're not always going to be in thriving mode, right? I think that everything is ebbs and flow. There's seasons of our life where we might be in survival mode. There's days that we might be in survival mode, and then there's seasons of our life or days where we might be in thriving mode. But the guiding question that I like to ask myself to figure out where am I with my mindset is, where am I most, like, if I reflect for the past month, have I been on survival mode or have I been on thriving mode, right? And if I find myself answering, that I'm on survival mode, that I haven't been feeling good, I haven't been happy with my results, I know that it goes back to my mindset, and that there's something that I need to shift, right? Something that I need to pay attention to with the thought that I'm having. So let's talk a little bit about transforming your mindset, because there's two different things that you can think about when it comes to, okay, so how do I work on my mindset? First and foremost, you want to become very aware, right? And some of you have heard the difference between having a scarcity mindset versus a growth mindset. Wait, scarcity mindset, growth mindset. Yes, scarcity. I'm sorry, that meant to say abundant mindset, not growth mindset. Scarcity versus abundance mindset. Okay. Thank you, Mo, for that correction. By the way, guys, I literally was working on this in the classroom when my kids were taking a test. So, when I have some downtime, and I thought I had it right there, but thank you. So scarcity mindset, you can see the contrast here. A scarcity mindset always think that there's never enough, right? And just not content with where we are, always looking for the next shiny thing, always looking for what's next. They try to compete to stay on top. They're stingy, they're not generous. They like to hold knowledge versus sharing. They tend to be selfish, and they tend to be suspicious. And if you look at the contrast, an abundance mindset always know that there's always more. They're content where they are, but they're striving for more, right? So it's more of like counting your blessings while pursuing big things. Collaborate to stay on top versus compete. They're generous, they serve others, and they believe the best versus becoming suspicious of others. And as coaches, it's important to check in with our thoughts and figure out, where are we, right? Are we coming from a mindset that's scarce or abundant? All right, next slide is the fix and growth mindset. So I'm not sure if you guys by now have heard, there's been so much research on this. The difference between a fix and a growth mindset. And guys, I want to say that there is no way that any of us could always have a growth mindset or an abundance mindset. We're humans, we're not perfect. And again, ebbs and flow, we go back and forth between these two mindsets. But the key is becoming so self-aware that you catch yourself when you're in that fixed mindset so that you can pivot and change, get out of it, right? So I'm guilty of having fixed minds at times, and sometimes longer than I want to. And I have to call myself out or reach out for support, right? To get out of that. So know that it's okay to be in a fixed mindset. Fixed mindset avoid challenges, right? So when Monica asked me to speak today, it took me a while to respond to her because I was in a fixed, fearful mind. Like at that moment, I was like, oh my gosh, that's a scary thing to do. But in my heart, I knew it was the right thing to say yes, right? Because challenging myself is how I grow. So it is natural it is human nature to want to avoid challenges because it's scary. But I've learned that, being courageous means facing the fear and doing it anyways, right? So fixed mindsets avoid challenges. They give up easily. The moment that it gets too hard or they feel they can't do it, they give up. They're threatened by others' success. And they think that you're either born with the abilities that you have or you're not, right? You have fixed abilities. You're either born smart or you're not smart. Versus growth, a growth mindset realize that, you know what? It requires effort to build new skills. I may not know it now, but through effort and practice, I'll get there. They persevere with failing, right? They fail forward and they get back up. They learn from it, like Monica said, right? Because the only time you lose is when you don't learn from it. That's a loss. So you persevere with failing, and you accept feedback and criticism, and you build the abilities that you need to build to achieve whatever you want to achieve. So a question that I have for you guys is, and some of you may already be doing this to, practice having that right mindset. And there's no right or wrong way to do this, guys. It's different for everyone. What may work for me may not work for you, right? And vice versa. But I think it's so important to have some sort of practice where you're making sure that you're sharpening your mindset, right? Because it's one of those things that you need tuning, just like a car needs like a tuning and that maintenance. Our mind needs the same, because by default we're negatives, right? By default we can easily go downhill. So a question I have for you guys is like, what tangible actions or practices are you intentionally applying in your life to reframe your mindset constantly, right? And here I put a bunch of different examples. So I love to hear in the chat, what are some things you've either done in the past, you're currently doing, or see yourself wanting to do, right? And, it could be attending in-person workshops or seminars. It could be reading nonfiction books. And I know that this community's, one of the vital behaviors is PD for a reason, right? Because Beachbody knows that the right mindset is needed in order for you to be able to help others. Faith. And so I'm just going to go through these comments, see what you guys are journaling. Faith and trying to finish Mel Robbins' book, podcast, Strengthening Faith. Strengthening Faith has been a big one for me. And I continue to work on that. Podcast, a life coach. You know what's funny? Right before I decided to become a Beachbody coach, I hired a life coach. And after 6 months, I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't afford you anymore. But what I learned from her was so invaluable. That is it's not a coincidence that right after that, Beachbody, God placed it in my lap and I was ready to run with it, right? I had done so much work with this life coach that my mindset was right where it needed to be for me to be open to receiving and understanding, like, what is my purpose and what do I want and how do I want that to look like, and just run with it. So I also see, let me see, Benjamin, 75 hard challenge. Yes, meditating, reading, PG, quiet time. Oh, that's a great one. Therapy is also very, I am totally pro therapy. All right, so the next slide says, and this question gives me chills. I'll never forget, a couple of years ago, someone asked me this question and it stayed in me. And I like to remind myself of this question. And I really think, I hope that it encourages you today. What if you were to think, what if, you know how sometimes some of us need a why do I really want to do PG? Yes, a strong and mindset is important, but why? If there's one thing that maybe can light that fire in your butt, think, what if you're it, right? Like, what if you're the chosen one in your family who can be that example, that influence to bring generational changes, guys? Like, it really starts with us. That saying that says a healthy family starts with us, it really does start with us. And in order for us to be that influence, I think it is our responsibility to make sure that we're taking care of our mindset so that we can show up for our family and be able to make an impact, not just for our current family, but for whatever, whoever's next in the family, right? Your grandchildren, the children of your grandchildren. So I love for you to remember that. Like, what if you're it? What if you're that one person that can set those changes? Because you could definitely be it if you choose that. Okay, and then last slide. I think I had one last slide. I'd love to hear any takeaways or golden nuggets that you got out of this. Sometimes, being on this side of the screen, I don't see your faces. So I feel like I'm talking to myself. I see the chat and everything, but I love to hear maybe some takeaways, something that, a little aha moment, or something that you're like, oh, wow, I never saw it that way. Or like, maybe some practices you saw that you want to implement, that you want to share about, or maybe a practice that you just started that has really made a big difference in the way you're showing up, that you want to share. What if you're it to change the trajectory of your family's legacy? Yeah. And that's, that's so powerful when you think of it that way, because the way we feel is how we treat others, right? And we know that the way we feel goes back to our thoughts. Started journaling and it's really changed my life. Yeah, journaling is also very powerful. Gratitude, absolutely.
So I can tell you guys that the thought work model that Michi first talked about, which is, this is psychology 101. It's your thoughts, they fuel your feelings, right? They dictate your feelings dictate the actions that you take, or sometimes don't take, right? And we've been introduced to this when Janae Maceda talked to us on our team call. I don't know if you guys remember that one time. You guys know, have been working with a business coach and life coach as well. And oh my gosh, that's been so heavily what we've worked on, that thought work model. I've done it with a lot of you guys. Did it with Jen Soko. It's actually here on my whiteboard right now because I was working out a thought work, right? Of the circumstance, thought, feeling, action, result line. And I can tell you this, for someone who I kind of talked about it in my stories this morning. I was so blown away when I heard Moira Kusaba sit on that panel and say, if I had 30 minutes left in my day, only 30 minutes to give to myself for whatever I needed to do, and I had to choose between a workout or my mindset work, I'd choose my mindset work over and over and over. And I was like, because for whatever reason, whether it's innate in me, I'm wired that way, it's the way God made me, or if it's because I've been conditioned that way with, the way the way you're raised and the way that you were brought into this world. There's so many factors, but this is the part that someone like me would usually just skip, right? I would skip this part of trying to get my mind right, working on what Michi says is so powerful. It has to be an intentional act to pivot your thoughts. And I'm going to pay forward to you what my business coach teaches me all the time. Like, you literally, physically can feel when you're not in a good thought pattern, right? You can feel it. When you have low energy, when you're not excited, when, and like Michi said, these are normal things because, right, there's circumstances in life, there's uncontrollables in life, but there's still always that control tool that you could take back of doing the thought work and deciding. And that takes me to what I also learned. I'm teaching a lot of you guys working behind the scenes, and we've been doing this together, is bridge thoughts, or what Mel Robbins, right? If you're reading Mel Robbins, she calls it flip it. Like, how could you, if you have a negative thought, or there's something that is pressing on you, how could you flip it? Or how could you create a bridge thought to tell yourself, like Michi was saying, maybe it's not that I suck and I'm meant for this and I'm quitting, to maybe I haven't learned that just yet, but I can and I will, right? Or maybe I'm choosing to believe that I'm gonna fail before I see success, like that's normal. Or maybe I can choose to think this is what it feels like to build, a 6-figure business. Those things matter. And coming from someone who considers herself a bull in a china shop that will just try to muscle her way through life, hustle, get it done. I mean, you guys know I took pride in saying I'm a fucking hustler, right? Like, I will work, I'll be the workhorse. But what we're learning today from Michi and what I heard her talk about, together with what I've read in this book, together with what I've been working with my coach on, we have to learn to slow down, to speed up. Because here's a couple things that will also happen with that. You're going to find fulfillment in what you're doing. You're doing this kind of mindset work is going to continuously remind you why you're doing it in the first place. Just like those negative thoughts can sit there and tell you it's not important, you don't need to do this. Maybe you were just, over your head, or maybe this is just stupid, right? Because that's how it feels when you're not winning, or when you're struggling, or when you're hitting a challenge. And Michi talked about that so beautifully with the fixed mindset, right? Maybe you're stuck there. To redirecting your thoughts and realizing how powerful you are. And how it doesn't have to be muscling through. It doesn't have to be this exhausted. You can slow down to speed up in a very controlled, excited, fulfilled, purposeful way. And I hope you guys got that message tonight, because that's the message that's been loud and clear sent to me for the last couple months. And it's changed so much for me. It's just changed so much for me. So with that, Michi, that was amazing. I love you. Literally, guys, I gave Michi less than 48 hours notice. Hey, can you talk on our team call? Anything else anybody wants to share before we call it a night? You know me, I could be here all night. I love this stuff. But anything else anybody else wants to share, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. So good, right? Look, Nicole, Christy, amazing, Michi. It was amazing, amazing. All right, then we'll wrap it up there. I love you. Disokor. See you on the flip side.